Okay, so let me start. So I will talk about the UNISEC Japan's approach to long-term sustainability of outer space activities. So I'm Hiraku Sakamoto. I'm a professor at the Institute of Science Tokyo, and also I'm currently a UNISEC Japan chairperson. So as a chairperson, I coordinated the preparation of this document. Okay, so this document is about UNISEC Japan statement on contribution to the long-term sustainability of outer space activities. So today I will introduce the contents of this statement, and also I will talk about some ongoing activities related to this statement. So I sent a link to this document, and there are, so in this presentation, I will introduce many documents. So I listed all the links to the document. So in this statement consists of 4 chapters. And the first part is a kind of a textbook part. So I encourage all the UNISEC Japan participants to read this document. And I also explained about this document in the annual UNISEC Japan workshop in December. So all the students and professors and all the participants should be aware about this document. So in this document, we have a kind of textbook part, and also this document shows the research and the development directions. So I will talk about this. So in the first part is the introduction. So in the introduction, it says like this. So UNISEC Japan recognized the growing importance of ensuring the long-term sustainability of outer space activities, and all members of UNISEC Japan should remain aware of the condition in outer space. Yeah. So the spatial density of objects has become high enough that collisions between space objects could trigger a cascade phenomenon, also known as the Kessler syndrome. So therefore, we must carefully consider the impact of our satellites on the long-term sustainability of outer space activities. So this is the introduction. So in the second part of our statement is kind of a textbook part. So this basically this introduces the international context and guiding principles. So there are basically 2 documents introduced, and basically we encourage all the students to read these 2 international documents. So it shows the link. And at the same time, we summarized several very important points in these guidelines. So we think these are the kind of minimum knowledge we should have when you develop a satellite. So first document is this one. So it's the space debris mitigation guidelines. So I showed the link here as a QR code, and also I sent in the chat. Okay. So in this space debris mitigation guidelines, we thought these 2 are the most important point. So guideline 3 calls the limiting the probability of accidental collisions in orbit. So when available orbital data indicate a potential collision, an avoidance maneuver should be considered. Okay, so this is guideline 3, and also guideline 6 recommends minimizing the long-term presence of spacecraft and launch vehicle upper stages in LEO after mission completion. So we should therefore estimate the orbital lifetime of our satellite and make efforts to ensure that they do not remain in orbit longer than necessary. So Yeah, I think these are quite common sense for you, but for students, I think I think for most of the students, these are the first time, né? So it's important to write all these important things as a statement. So second guideline is this one. So guidelines for the long-term sustainability of outer space activities. So in this document, we extracted two important points. So first one is guideline B1. So this promotes providing updated contact information and sharing information on outer space, space objects and orbital events. So we should, so the all the satellites should be properly registered with the United Nations after launch. And then guideline B8 encourages increasing the tractability of space objects and implementing debris mitigation standards, thereby supporting the development of the space programs, particularly those of developing countries utilizing small satellites in a way that promotes the long-term sustainability of outer space activities. Okay, so yeah, these are that this part in this chapter, so international context and guideline principles. So in our statement, the UNISEC-Japan statement, this is kind of a main part. So okay, so this is UNISEC-Japan strategic initiatives for sustainable space operation. So UNISEC-Japan first commits to full compliance with Japan's Space Activity Act, which is consistent with the aforementioned international guiding principles. So this is UNISEC-Japan's commitment, and also so building upon this legal foundation, and in order to effectively implement compliance with within the small satellite community, UNISEC-Japan is committed to advancing space safety engineering through the following, actually four strategic initiatives supported by rigorous research, development, and educational efforts. So this part shows kind of four important direction of research and development and education. So these are the 4 points. So first one is advancing future projections and risk assessment in outer space. So we enhance the simulation capability of the space environment. So in UNISEC, Professor Hanada is especially working on this area. And the second point is promoting post-mission disposal, PMD, and collision avoidance maneuver, CAM, so technology. So in UNISEC, we actually developed the devices for PMD and CAM. So for PMD, Professor Kuwahara and other professors and also several companies are working on this technology. And for CAM, Professor Sahara is working on this collision avoidance maneuver capability. So these are ongoing research, and 3 and 4 are kind of future research. We should start. We believe that we should start this research right now. So number 3 is enhancing satellite positioning accuracy and ground control capabilities. So enabling timely and accurate execution of operations for PMD and CAM. So in UNISEC, yeah, we haven't started this kind of activity yet. So yeah, we believe this is quite important. And number four is evaluating the environmental impacts of orbital maneuvers. So by understanding the consequences of orbital maneuvers, UNISEC-Japan can refine our future projections and risk assessment models, so thereby reinforcing the foundation established in Initiative 1. So after we developed 1 and 2, we will definitely need number 4 technology. So we want to continue advancing the research and the development. Okay, so UNISEC-Japan will share the outcomes of these 4 initiatives through its international activities, so contributing to capacity building within the small satellite community. So in conclusion, through these concentrated efforts, UNISEC-Japan aims to contribute to the global advancement of space safety engineering. Moreover, we aspire to ensure that the technologies, methodologies, and educational programs developed through these initiatives will benefit small satellite missions and emerging space actors worldwide. So for fostering a culture of responsibility among the next generation of space engineers. So the statement shows some additional references like ISO 20991 and also a handbook for PMD published by IAA. And finally, in Kibo Cube Academy, we have a lecture on post-mission disposal and sustainable satellite operations. And this is available for free. So this is in English. So I really recommend you to go over this lecture. This lecture is by Professor Hanada at Kyushu University. So lecture slides are available, and also lecture video is on YouTube. So currently, right now, we are now updating this lecture by Professor Hanada. So this lecture is the English version, but this is more than 2 years old. So we are updating the content, and also we are developing a Japanese version of this lecture. And currently we are building an on-demand learning system. So we will prepare some test exam after this lecture, so that the students can learn these knowledge by themselves. Okay, so we plan to release the first this lecture in the first half of this year. So official announcement will follow. So please, wait. But you don't have to wait. So all the version, 2023 version is already available. So please, see these lectures. Okay, so this is my talk. This is the end of my talk. Okay, thank you very much.